Hi, everybody. Okay, we're going to talk my latest video on religion and spirituality. Now, I'm going to use spirituality as an all-encompassing term, okay? This topic touched people. It spoke to you, and it's gotten response. So, people had some questions for me, right? So here's the thing. I made my intent was to kind of say, hey, you don't want to be doing this stuff. So the fact that you heard it, the fact that you found it, there's your validation. It's time to put those things down and walk away from them. If you have any religious stuff in your house, get rid of it. Anything that is a religious symbol of any kind, any religious writing, any spiritual writing, anything, paraphernalia, imagery, statues, whatever it is, get rid of it. Now, there's two companies, Hay House and Gaia. These are two big publishing companies. They propagate a lot of this new agey spirituality stuff. And a lot of this stuff is actually packaged under self-help. So you want to be very judicious about any self-help that you might pick up or start taking in. Even if you like The Secret, Law of Attraction, Secret, the Abraham Hicks people, like they're in the business of making books and selling seminars and making themselves very wealthy over people, from people that are looking for, whatever. And that stuff is not going to help you. They're entities, they're channeling entities. No. Stay away from stuff that comes out of Hay House. Stay away from stuff that comes out of Gaia. And like I said, even if it's packaged as self-help, you need to ask your source self if it's going to be beneficial. Now, here's the thing, okay? If you are continuing with these practices currently, you're keeping yourself in the red zone. So you may not have an accurate, dependable source self connection. Yes, if you've removed meat, yes. But the thing is, with any of these spiritual things, you have still consented to entities attaching to you and having your synergy cell depleted. The entities are being consented to. So what they do is they vampire your physical body on the physical realm for blood. And they stay connected and they drain your physical body. Your physical body has to be fed. But eventually that physical body will wear out. You see? Anytime you have these things draining on you, and it happens very frequently, and it can happen with many different things, it drains your synergy cell. It drains your physical body on the physical matrix. Okay? So you have to if you are in the red zone, you're not going to be able to cut your etheric connections. And I'm going to bring this up before I go further into it. If you are still engaging in intercourse, and if it's casual, whatever, you're engaging in intercourse, you're creating etheric connections with another person, whether that person is a source player or a soulless person, an NPC. You're having intercourse. There are body parts and fluids touching, okay? Kissing. Saliva is there, saliva on you get, I don't have to elaborate. You get it. Those things are going to keep you very connected to somebody who could be an NPC, and that's draining you of energy. Or even if it's a source player, it's draining you of energy. There is a connection there. And if you are doing these things like intercourse, you're in the red zone. So if you're in the red zone, you're not going to be able to remove your ether connections. If your ether connections were already removed for you when you contributed to the winner, that's those connections. But if you create new ones, she's not clearing any new ether connections you create. You are responsible for clearing those ether connections for choices that you have made, that, detrimental choices that you've made. So if you're in the red zone, you don't have enough power, and you don't have enough of a source self connection to remove those ether connections. You can only do that by stopping the intercourse for good. Get your frequency up. You get into a higher frequency, you cross that threshold, then you can remove those ether connections. Okay? And also, intercourse consents to entity attachments. So it's twofold. Okay? These are things that you have to let go. Even if you've removed animal meat, flesh, blood, anything with a heart, even if you've removed those things, you've done the basic requirement, you are still keeping yourself down in the red zone. And it's shooting yourself in the foot. Okay? It's shooting yourself in the foot. It's like being in a rowboat and there's a hole in the bottom of the rowboat and you are scooping the water out with a bucket out of your boat. And you're trying to bail that water out for your life. But it's a moot point because the water is coming in from the bottom of the boat, and you cannot bail it out fast enough, and you can't patch that hole, and you're going to sink. You cannot go up. You're not going to go anywhere. You are just basically shooting yourself in the foot and bailing out a sinking boat and paddling around with one paddle in a circle. Okay? I don't know how many more analogies or metaphors I could throw in there. You're doing a disservice to yourself. Please give these things up. This path of raising your frequency, that is the truth. It is 100% worth it. And all of that other stuff needs to go. Needs to go. We're just coming out on the other side of a 3-year pandemic. There's gonna be more stuff. That is just the tip of the iceberg. Every day here in the United States, there's more crazy happening every day. I'm starting to see the NPCs glitch and get really stupid and do lots of crazy things. That's my own observations. So the stage is setting up the next scene. You have to get serious. I'm serious. And I'm doing my part to be of service to the other source players out here who are struggling. And I'm not stupid. I know that you are out here looking for other people to validate everything Quartz Crystal has said. So I am your validation. Here's the thing. There's other source players putting forth the same information that Quartz Crystal has put out because they are reiterating things she has already said. And more or less, I am reiterating in my own words, but here's the thing. I am always going to redirect you back to her because all of the information that you need is within all of the videos that she has put out. She has put out over 500 videos. And even if the titles seem boring to you, even if the topics seem boring to you, if you are in the red zone, you're not getting all of the information. Let go of the religion, verbally revoke any of the consent that you have consented to, and put those things out of your mind and out of your life and raise yourself up and listen to the videos again. Go through the videos again. You will hear more stuff revealed to you because you are on a different frequency. And then that information has now become a match for you. You are hindering yourself. You are keeping knowledge from yourself by staying down, attached to sex and attached to religion. And if you are doing any kind of drugs or alcohol, same thing. It all applies. And you know it all applies. You have to get serious. You have to get serious. I started 6 years ago. Okay? I floundered. I've told you this. But you don't have the luxury of floundering anymore. You got to get serious. Because if you don't, even though you are aware of what's coming, you're stuck in the red zone, and you're going to have a red zone experience when the harvest actually starts taking place. Okay? I know for me, what is it that you want? Because I know for me, I want up and out. I want up and out. And I know I've already completed all the things that I need to do thus far. I've supported the winner. I've removed things. I've completed alchemy. I've served other source players. At this point, I don't have to make any more videos because I have been of service to you guys. Okay? Get serious. Get serious. It's time to take this seriously. And get rid of those things. And I had this conversation. If you've had one orgasm, you've had them all. Okay? We get so caught up in this pursuit of having these mind-blowing orgasms. You are not going to achieve anything better than what you've already achieved. And how many do you need? How many of them do you need? You know it is an energy drain. And I'm telling you this from somebody who had deep sexual programming. Okay? You can do it. And if you make it your intention that you want to know how to complete inner alchemy and you get to that point in your game, it will become a lot easier to forget about it. It won't even be something that crosses your mind. I promise you. And 6 years ago, I did not believe that. So that's it. Get serious. Get serious. Because, me putting out videos is not going to add to my synergy cell. I'm adding to my synergy cell doing what I have to do. You can't add to your synergy cell if you've got entities siphoning energy and blood off of you, right? You can't. You can't add to your synergy cell. You can't replace the energy that you're forfeiting over to the matrix. Also, the only person who can get any more, that has any more capacity for more energy is the winner, because she achieved that. And any forfeited energies from source players that have been gifted back their energy she's entitled to it. So there's that. Okay? Come on now. Come on. You've got to get serious. I'm trying to be very compassionate and very kind to you. I don't have to do this. I'm giving you validation that everything she has told you is fact. It is true. You have to just apply it to your own life. And all of the yucky inner work that you have to do, I'm going to tell you this, because a lot of times we're afraid to look at the reality. We blind ourselves, and that's where our shadows come in, right? I can assure you that if there's something you're afraid of feeling, that you don't want to deal with the pain that you've been suppressing for years, if you let it come up and you acknowledge it, it goes away and it's not going to linger. You're going to experience it and you're going to move through it. So that fear, that lower frequency fear, is preventing you from doing what you got to do. Yeah, it hurts. You might cry. You might feel that pain. You might feel those pulling in your chest or whatever the case may be. You might have to accept something ugly about yourself. So what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Accept it. It goes away. Okay? Move on. I'm a meanie, a big meanie. And I accepted a lot of things about myself. Okay? I did. And even things that I'm not getting into it. It's about you. It's about you. Get serious. Get rid of all that garbage. Cut these sandbags off so you can start being the free-floating air balloon that you're supposed to be. Okay? I'm not throwing out any more analogies. That's it. Do the work for you. All right? Goodbye.